General Hospital spoilers hint the week of June 2 to 6 will offer some interesting bombshells. The Corinthos versus Corinthos divorce and child custody trial will unravel, and it sounds like fans need to brace themselves for some major drama. The ABC soap just dropped its weekly preview, and there will be some explosive moments. One major one that involves Carly Spencer spilling the beans on a huge secret about longtime rival Nana Reeves. Fans may recall that for a moment, Nina and Carly placed their differences aside to protect their grandchildren, Wiley Corinthoses and Amelia Corinthoses. While there's a lot they don't agree on, one thing that they did land on the same page was Drew Kane and his creepy relationship with Willow Tate Corinthos. Both wanted to see Willow dump Drew for their own reasons. However, one big factor was to keep their grandchildren safe from Drew's toxic world. Willow was quick to move into Drew's new house, with her and Michael Corinthos' kids in tow, and Nana and Carly desperately tried to work together to split them apart. Sadly, their partnership was short-lived, but not without Nana spilling to Carly that she was the one behind Drew's recent ketamine scandal that rocked the little town. While Nina didn't bring Carly into the loop for the scheme, she solicited Portia Robinson this time around. It didn't take long for Carly to put the pieces together and realize that Nina was somehow involved in Drew's drugged-up escapade with escort Jacinda, and Nina admitted it to her then-ally. Sadly, it looks like this confession she will end up biting her in the butt. The ladies' newfound alliance quickly crumbled during the week of May 19 to 23, after a full-out brawl ensued between Nina and Carly post-announcement of the June 2 custody hearing date. Whatever page they had once landed on was shredded to bits after threats were issued and punches were thrown. The two also had a heated confrontation during the nurses' ball in the bathroom, where Nina was quick to gloat about the fact that Michael wouldn't win sole custody of the kids due to his accident. She cockily stated that Willow was presenting Michael as an absentee father, and Nana was also quick to prove to Carly just how committed she was to her daughter by publicly proclaiming she supported her and her relationship with Drew. Of course, this was well before Michael returned to town by showing up at the gala, grabbing Wiley off the stage, and bringing him to Grandma Carly's house for a sleepover. Michael submitted an emergency petition to gain custody of his kids and was able to take his children out of Willow's care ahead of the custody battle. This was a huge score for #TeamMichael, but considering there's that secret lingering about Michael being Sasha Corbin's baby daddy, nothing is in the bag right now. During the G8 preview for the week of June 2, a clip shows Carly declaring that Nina was the one who had Drew drugged. Rick Lansing can be seen in the courtroom background, and this spilling of the tea will only cause drama and chaos within Willow's world. It may also look horrible for Willow if it is included as evidence. It may seem as if everyone in the mom's orbit is toxic and unhinged. Whether Carly spilled to help Michael gain an upper hand in the custody hearing, help Tracy Quartermain get off on her charges, or it's because she simply wanted revenge on Nina, this will finally be out in the open. Little do both ladies realize that Drew was already in the loop all along. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. General Hospital spoilers update for Monday, June 2. Reveals that Michael Corinthos and Christina Corinthos Davis will have a reunion while some final custody prep is underway. Giovanni Gio Palmieri will also have a critical question, so let's discuss what's ahead in Port Charles. At Sonny Corinthos' house, he'll land on the hot seat with Gio. Since Gio suspects Sonny might have found out about his true parentage long before now, he'll ask if Sonny indeed knew. However, Sonny was just as blindsided as Gio when the real story came out. After Sonny convinces Gio of that, he'll offer to help in any way he can. Even so, GA spoilers say Gio will feel the need to stay independent and fly solo on his next move. At the Quartermain mansion, Brooklyn Quartermain will slam Gloria Cerullo for her role in this whole Gio mess. Although Gloria and Lois Cerullo regret the pain that Brooklyn's in now, they may not regret giving Gio to Camilla Palmieri, since she truly gave him a good home, at least until she passed away. The Gio secret will spread at Lulu Spencer's house as well, since Rocco Falconeri will watch an online video of Gio's meltdown. Rocco will also read some posts that say Brooklyn and Dante Falconeri are Gio's parents, so he'll ask Lulu if that's true. Dante will walk in and confirm that Rocco's got it right, so he'll explain as best as he can. It looks like Rocco will get updates on Lulu's part in Gio's discovery, so she'll have some explaining to do too. Speaking of discoveries, Elizabeth Baldwin is about to make one. Does that mean Lucky Spencer will move ahead with his admission about Christina and how the crash really happened? Over with Laura Collins, she'll put Alexis Davis through a grilling session since a whopping $10 million is gone from Ace Cassidy's fortune. Alexis will scramble to provide answers without divulging Ava Jerome and Rick Lansing's power over her, so she'll face a real challenge. As for Christina, she'll share a heartwarming reunion with Michael now that he's back from Germany. Christina will be cheering Michael on in the custody feud as he prepares for court. Finally, Nana Reeves will have to decide how much to blab to Rick about Sasha Corbin and the true paternity of her baby. Here is your General Hospital Spoilers sneak peek video for the week of June 2, 2025. It looks like General Hospital has once again remembered it's a soap opera and is about to deliver quite a week of courtroom fireworks. It's time for the long-awaited Michael and Willow custody hearing, and things are about to get both ugly and interesting. An array of witnesses takes the stand, including Chase, Tracy, and Jocelyn. However, Carly makes a big reveal off the stand when she rats out Nina to Drew. Nina is the one who had you drugged, Carly viciously tells him, despite praising Nina for her actions right after Drew did body shots off of Jacinda. Carly loved the idea then, but decided to become spiteful now. We guess that's what happens after a living room catfight. At least Tracy is off the hook, but she can now set out to prove that Drew framed her. Drew is also confused because Brad told him it was Portia who had him drugged. Meanwhile, Curtis is trying to find Jacinda, but we're not quite sure how she can clear Portia's name. It also looks like Nina decides to ruin her long-standing and loving relationship with Sasha, and tells Rick all about Sasha leaving the brown dog with Michael the night Michael learned that Willow kissed Drew. Rick begins to badger Sasha on the witness stand when she suddenly doubles over in pain. Michael quickly jumps up and tries to stop Rick, but it looks like it's too late. Sasha is having contractions and announces the baby is coming, but that it's too soon. If anything happens to Sasha's baby, Nina will know that it was her fault. Her first instinct was not to rat out Sasha, but Nina never goes with her first instinct. Or perhaps the person who insisted on a court date before anyone was ready is to blame. Then again, let's just enjoy the soapy ride GH has in store for us and watch blame passed all around Port Charles. General Hospital Spoilers reveal the preview video has been released for the week of June 2 through June 6, 2025. It shows Sasha Gilmore Corbin going into labor while on the stand at the custody hearing in court. Meanwhile, Carly Spencer exposes Nina Reeves to Drew Kane as the person who ordered his drugging. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the ABC soap opera. Willow Tate Corinthos custody trial fans will see the GH week center around Willow Tate Corinthos and Michael Corinthos custody trial. As the bailiff tells everyone to rise for the judge, Michael and Willow shoot each other a look from across the courtroom. Trial of the summer. It is being teased that the custody hearing will be the trial of the summer. So it doesn't sound like there will be a quick resolution. In fact, expect several bombshells and curveballs as the hearing gets underway. Fans will see several people take the stand. This includes Tracy Quartermain and Jocelyn Jacks, who both will blast Willow to smithereens. Harrison Chase will also testify. All the witnesses will be asked tough questions, as this is a very high-profile case. Both Michael and Willow want their children. Neither wanted things to get as complicated or messy as they are right now. So it will be interesting to see what the judge decides about custody. Sasha's Courtroom Labor General Hospital spoilers reveal that the weekly preview video also shows Sasha going into labor while on the stand. What judge would allow a pregnant woman to go through labor without calling an ambulance is a mystery. However, it seems that Rick Lansing could use the situation to force a confession out of Sasha and maybe even Michael. In fact, Michael jumps up and runs to Sasha in the witness box. Sasha tells him with a pained face that this baby is coming now. If the truth doesn't come out now, it could at the hospital if Sasha's baby has the same congenital heart condition as Michael. Nana Reeves exposed. There will also be Carly, who tells Drew who drugged him. Carly doesn't know Jacinda, but does know Nina was responsible. In the preview clip, Nina's mouth drops open when Carly exposes her to Drew and everyone else right in court. This could mean that Portia Robinson will get ousted next. What does that mean for Portia's medical career? General Hospital spoilers reveal things will take a horrible turn for Sasha Corbin this week. While she's on the stand during the Corinthos versus Corinthos divorce and child custody hearing, Sasha has been more than a little nervous about participating in this courtroom drama from the moment she was requested to testify. After all, Sasha, along with Michael Corinthos and Jason Morgan, are the only three who know Sasha's baby's daddy is Michael, not Jason. This little truth could have a massive impact on Michael's battle to gain sole custody of Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos. As it stands, the cards are nicely stacked in Michael's favor. However, as fans know, in the land of Port Charles, things could sway back to Willow take Corinthos' side. Everyone finding out that Sasha and Michael had a one-nighter that resulted in a baby could turn the tide. Sasha is undeniably stressed about the truth coming out, and she has an extreme amount of pressure on her shoulders. This isn't a good feeling for a pregnant woman who's close, but not too close to her due date. During the week of May 26 to 30, Nana Reeves connected the dots regarding Sasha's true baby daddy. A conversation with Maxie Jones triggered something inside of her. After doing a little digging, Nina realized that Michael was the father of Sasha's baby, not Jason. Still, Nina went back and forth as to whether or not she should say anything. After all, this tidbit could secure Willow's custody, but in doing so, she'd also secure Drew Kane's presence in their lives. With that said, during the Friday, May 30 show, Rick Lansing overheard Nina's doubts and questioned her if there was anything she could add to her daughter's custody hearing, just as the show closed. There's a good chance that Rick will interrogate Nina to the point where she spills the beans, and he'll run with the information. The GH Weekly Preview just dropped, showing a scene of Sasha on the stand, with Rick cross-examining her. Will he question her about her baby's father? Regardless, Sasha is heaving while on the stand, and it looks like she's going into labor. Michael is in the background, looking frustrated, until he finally bangs his fist on the table, stating that enough is enough. The promo closes with Sasha telling Michael that the baby is coming, but it is far too soon. Fans know the heartbreaking loss that Sasha endured during her first pregnancy. She and Brando Corbin were excited to welcome their child into the world, but Liam was a preterm birth and sadly did not live very long after he was born. This devastated the couple, and Sasha suffered further loss after Brando passed away at the hands of the Hook, Aka. Heather Weber. It's June, and Sasha's baby is scheduled to arrive in July. The chances that the little one could live if born now seem good, but things could still be very dicey, with fears that will grow within Sasha that lightning could strike twice. The trauma will be triggered within her either way. In addition, as Michael will be by Sasha's side, this undeniably will prove that he is her baby's father, as this secret is blown completely out of the water. Michael will feel conflicted about what this could mean for his other children, and Willow may gloat if she gains the upper hand. However, hopefully, Michael's family and support system will rally around him and Sasha during this challenging time. General Hospital spoilers imply that Sasha deserves a happy ending. Here are your General Hospital spoilers for Monday, June 2, 2025. Gloria is not happy with the way she hears Brooklyn talking to Lois and puts her foot down. She doesn't want Brooklyn to put all the blame on Lois, since giving Gio to Camilla was Gloria's idea. So Brooklyn unleashes her fury on her grandmother rather than her mother. Brooklyn is as angry as she was the night before and just wants the answers she believes she is entitled to. She asks her mother and grandmother if they regret giving Gio to Camilla and hiding him all of these years. As for Gio, his first stop when he returns to Port Charles is Sunny's place. He needs some advice, so will Sunny help him put some things in perspective? Gio also declares that he is going to do things on his own from now on. It's time to tell Rocco that he has a big brother, and that big brother found him passed out drunk on the beach a few weeks ago. Rocco is a bit puzzled by the story and asks how Gio found out. Lulu looks sheepish when she hears that question because she knows that she will be in the hot seat once again. Will Dant rat her out? Lucky is ready to tell Elizabeth what he knows about the car accident that has laid her up for months now. But will he get the words out or chicken out? Spoilers say that Liz makes a discovery. Does she find where Rick's car ended up? As for Alexis, she has some explaining to do when Laura starts asking questions. Laura wants to know where $10 million went. Did Alexis think Laura never checked Ace's trust fund to make sure everything was right with the money? Alexis is going to have to talk her way out of this one fast. In a shocking twist unfolding at the Port Charles courthouse, General Hospital spoilers reveal Drew's calculated scheme to secure custody of Willow's children is unraveling, and the consequences could be devastating. What began as a desperate attempt to protect his promise to Willow has now escalated into a full-blown political and legal scandal. Facing mounting pressure in court, and with all legal options seemingly exhausted, Drew takes an irreversible turn. Initially portrayed as a man of honor, he chooses a dark path, using his influence as a senator to manipulate the trial behind closed doors. Late-night calls, hidden envelopes, and subtle intimidation are part of a quiet but dangerous campaign to sway the presiding judge. Drew's initial plan to discredit Michael as an unfit father falls apart when Michael gains public sympathy and shows strength in court. Meanwhile, Willow's unwavering loyalty to Drew only adds to the complexity, weakening her credibility as a devoted mother. As Drew's desperation grows, he intensifies efforts to influence the court through high-level political connections and veiled threats of blackmail against the judge. Alarming reports begin to surface. Anonymous money transfers traced to a charity closely linked to the judge, denial of key motions filed by Michael's legal team, and a courtroom environment that increasingly favors Willow without logical basis. It becomes evident that Drew has orchestrated a covert operation to rig the trial outcome, leveraging campaign contributions and state-level lobbying to secure favorable decisions. But the plan takes a critical hit when Young Wei inadvertently witnesses a secretive exchange between Drew and an unknown man, an event that raises red flags. Wei describes seeing Drew pass a thick envelope to the man behind the courthouse. Innocent though the child may be, his account proves pivotal. Jason, ever vigilant, connects the dots. He and Brick trace financial records and video evidence, revealing an intricate web of corruption linking Drew directly to the compromised judge. With Wei's testimony and forensic documentation in hand, Michael and his legal team mount a powerful counteroffensive. Michael, no longer the emotionally conflicted son or betrayed husband, takes the courtroom floor with calm resolve. He presents the evidence in a composed but piercing testimony detailing the bribery, the hidden transactions, and Drew's abuse of political power. The courtroom is stunned into silence. Even Willow, previously blinded by trust, is left in disbelief. The fallout is immediate. The judge calls for a recess to allow an internal investigation. Federal officials initiate a probe into judicial corruption, and Drew's once untouchable influence begins to collapse. His political career, his public image, and his future now hang in the balance, not just because of his actions, but because a child saw what no one else could. In the end, Michael's pursuit of justice proves stronger than Drew's manipulation. The trial is no longer about custody. It's about truth, accountability, and the kind of father who's willing to sacrifice everything to protect his children. Drew, once the puppet master, now finds himself exposed and powerless. The fate of Wei and Amelia is no longer in his hands. It rests with the justice system he tried to corrupt. In a dramatic twist on General Hospital, Lulu's unresolved trauma and long-standing insecurities led her to make a fateful decision, one that would ultimately sever her final ties to the people she once held most dear. Haunted by a childhood defined by emotional abandonment and chaotic family dynamics, Lulu carried the weight of loss throughout her life. Her experience with motherhood was marred by grief, from terminating a pregnancy to losing embryos to Helena's schemes and having a child stolen by deceit. After years in a coma, she awoke to find herself further removed from her children and her place in their lives. The catalyst for Lulu's unraveling came with the revelation that Gio, an emerging figure in their lives, was the secret child of Dante and Brooklyn. To Lulu, this discovery represented a betrayal and a threat. Her vision of Dante as her forever-linked partner, despite their separation, was shattered. Brooklyn, whom she viewed as undeserving and impulsive, suddenly had something Lulu had long been denied: an unbreakable bond with Dante through a child. Overwhelmed by envy and resentment, Lulu made a calculated decision to expose Brooklyn's secret. Armed with whispers about a child Brooke once gave up, she pieced together a narrative and unleashed the truth with no concern for the emotional destruction it would cause. Her intent was not healing, but chaos, ruining Brooklyn's carefully built life and destabilizing any hope of peace between her and Dante. What Lulu failed to consider was the emotional cost. Gio, already struggling with his identity, was devastated to learn the truth in such a brutal and public manner. Instead of clarity, he found betrayal, used as a pawn in a personal vendetta. Dante, blindsided and heartbroken, saw Lulu not as a wounded ally, but as someone who weaponized the truth. His trust was destroyed, and with it, any remaining connection. The fallout rippled through everyone involved. Gio confronted Brooklyn, accusing her of abandonment. Dante faced the painful reality of a son he never knew, brought to him not with care, but with cruelty. Lois, Brooklyn's mother, was forced to confront her own past decisions, choices made in secrecy and fear that had lasting consequences. Lulu, expecting vindication, found none. Her attempt to reclaim relevance only solidified her isolation. In trying to destroy Brooklyn, she instead erased her own place in the lives of those she once loved. Yet, amid the wreckage, Gio became a symbol of reckoning. His pain pushed Brooklyn and Dante to confront their failures and take responsibility, not as estranged individuals bound by guilt, but as parents willing to step into the present for the sake of their son. The story closed not with vengeance, but with a glimmer of transformation. While Lulu stood alone, grappling with the consequences of her choices, Dante and Brooklyn began the difficult journey of healing. And Gio, once the forgotten child, emerged as the force that demanded truth, accountability, and a new beginning. In a dramatic turn in the ongoing custody dispute on ABC's General Hospital, young Wiley Corinthos emerges as a key figure in the courtroom battle between his parents, Michael Corinthos and Willow Tate Corinthos. As of June 2, 2025, Wiley's potential testimony could reshape the custody arrangements for both him and his sister, Amelia, by shedding light on his emotional struggles and living conditions. Wiley's heartfelt desire to reunite with his father, Michael, has been evident throughout the case. Psychological evaluations reveal the toll of his current living situation, with signs of mild anxiety, behavioral withdrawal, and sleep issues. His drawings, depicting doorless houses and faceless adults, reflect feelings of isolation and a longing for stability, underscoring his preference for Michael's care. Evidence presented in court highlights Willow's strained parenting, influenced by her deepening relationship with Drew Kane. Security footage and reports show Willow's limited emotional availability, with instances of harsh reprimands and neglect as she prioritized her romantic and personal ambitions. Experts note that this environment has harmed Wiley and Amelia's emotional well-being, strengthening Michael's case for custody. Wiley's testimony, expected to detail his experiences of neglect, could be a turning point. Legal experts emphasize that a child's authentic account carries significant weight in custody hearings. His statements about Willow's frequent absences and Drew's cold demeanor may sway the judge to favor Michael. The court's ruling grants Michael full custody of Wiley and Amelia, citing their need for a stable, nurturing environment. Willow's visitation rights are placed under supervision, reflecting concerns about her current parenting capacity. Devastated, Willow grapples with regret over her choices, while her relationship with Drew continues to complicate matters. The couple plans to relocate to Washington, seeking a fresh start away from Port Charles scrutiny. Meanwhile, a separate storyline unfolds as Lulu Spencer's pursuit of truth about Guillaume's parentage explodes at the nurses' ball. Her confrontation with Lois Cirillo exposes Brooklyn and Dante as Guillaume's biological parents, devastating the young man and shattering his sense of identity. Lulu's motives, possibly rooted in her own painful past, raise questions about whether her actions were driven by altruism or personal vendettas. As Port Charles reels from these revelations, the consequences of Lulu's choices promise ongoing drama. The General Hospital scoop for the week of June 2 hints Michael Corinthos and Willow Corinthos' custody battle will begin. Also coming up, Sasha Gilmore will go into early labor as she's questioned by Rick Lansing. Plus, Carly Spencer will drop a bombshell. GA spoilers teased this week will focus on the hearing for custody of Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos. As the preview begins, Michael is seen glaring over at Willow. And why wouldn't he? After all, his estranged wife blew up their lives by cheating on him and leaving him for Drew Quartermaine. Those called to testify will include Tracy Quartermaine, Harrison Chase, and Jocelyn Jacks. No doubt, both Tracy and Joss will do their utmost to paint Willow as a cheater and an unfit mother. Meanwhile, Carly and Drew will get into a war of words, which will result in Carly blurting out the truth. Nina is the one who had you drugged, she tells Drew in the GH Weekly Preview. But how will Willow react to this news? Finally, it looks like Nina Reeves will blab to Rick that Michael, not Jason Morgan, is the father of Sasha's unborn child. So when Rick has Sasha on the witness stand, he'll ask her if it's true. Then Michael will flip out, stand up and point at Rick, shouting at him to back off. He'll rush up to Sasha to see if she's all right. It's too soon, she'll tell Michael. This baby is coming, but will Sasha and the baby be okay? At any rate, it looks like another action-packed week is coming up. Keep reading the Soap Scoop for more General Hospital spoilers and news, and make sure you join our free GH Facebook group. In a dramatic turn of events on General Hospital, Curtis finally uncovers the truth behind Drew's dark manipulations, igniting a chain reaction that threatens both Drew's professional career and personal relationships. The bombshell? Drew has been blackmailing Portia, Curtis's wife, coercing her into silence through threats and illicit payments. Fueled by betrayal, Curtis takes swift action to protect Portia and expose Drew, filing for divorce and launching an internal investigation backed by hard evidence. Curtis's efforts gather momentum as allies emerge. Jordan, Drew's former partner and police chief, joins forces with Curtis and Portia to bring Drew to justice. Together, they trace Jacinda Barrett, previously hired by Portia and Lena Reeves to seduce and drug Drew at a private event. The plan had worked too well. Under the drug's influence, Drew's true nature emerged, captured in compromising photographs that sparked a media frenzy. Rather than take responsibility, Drew blamed Jacinda and forced her into hiding. But Jacinda wasn't just running from shame, she was carrying a secret. Possibly pregnant from that night, she becomes a pivotal figure. Curtis and Jordan scour Port Charles to find her, racing against time as Drew is poised to testify in a critical custody battle between Willow and Michael Corinthos. Jacinda reemerges at a dramatic moment, pregnant and prepared to testify. Her sworn testimony rocks the courtroom. She recounts the night of seduction, the drugging, and Drew's predatory behavior. She confirms her pregnancy and provides a medical report implicating Drew as the father. The evidence is overwhelming: photos, bartender logs, and toxicology results. Drew's defense collapses and Willow's custody case suffers an irreversible blow. Her legal team swiftly disqualifies Drew as a witness, erasing any advantage she once held. The fallout is swift and severe. Drew's medical license is suspended. His reputation lies in ruins, and his relationship with Willow ends in heartbreak after he admits partial memory loss from the sedative. Stripped of his former glory, Drew retreats into obscurity, taking up a modest research job and volunteering at a free clinic in an effort to redeem himself. Meanwhile, Jacinda, now a mother, finds unlikely support in Curtis and Jordan. Curtis offers to be a guardian figure for the baby, while Jordan provides legal and emotional backing. As Jacinda gives birth, Curtis symbolically cuts the umbilical cord, committing to the child's protection. A DNA test confirms Drew's paternity, and he is allowed supervised visits. Though remorseful, Drew must now rebuild from the ground up, far from the operating room spotlight. Willow turns her heartbreak into activism, creating a support network for single mothers and survivors of abuse. She and Jacinda form a cautious alliance, bonded by shared trauma and mutual understanding. Portia channels her experience into legal advocacy, while Curtis dedicates himself to mentoring troubled youth. Despite the chaos, one thread binds them all: the pursuit of justice. While Drew's redemption remains uncertain, his daily visits with his son offer a sliver of hope. Each moment is a quiet penance, a small step toward healing. Jacinda, hardened yet hopeful, envisions a future where her son grows up knowing his father not just as a man who fell, but as one who tried to rise again. Mark Lawson portrayed Dustin Phillips on General Hospital from July 2019 until November 2020. Dustin Phillips was introduced as a high school English teacher and part-time rideshare driver in Port Charles. He met Lulu Spencer during an undercover investigation she was conducting into a dating app scam. Lawson's portrayal of Dustin added depth to the General Hospital storyline, and his character's relationships left a lasting impression on the show's fans. Tragically, Dustin was killed in an explosion at the Floating Rib in November 2020, an event that also left Lulu in a coma. In an interview with TV Insider, dated July 22, 2019, Lawson spoke about his character's personality. Dustin Phillips, played by Mark Lawson, debuted on General Hospital on July 9, 2019. He met Lulu Spencer while she was researching a dating app scam for an article. Although their first encounter was part of Lulu's cover, the two hit it off and ended up being romantic. Dustin returned on July 23, 2019, when he reassured Lulu about her upcoming divorce from Dante Falconeri. Over the following few months, their connection deepened through several encounters, including a baseball match, a wine tour, and a haunted star tour. Dustin was a helpful and heroic figure in Lulu's life. In January 2020, he defended Brooklyn against her predatory producer. Later that month, he disarmed a gunman to save Jocelyn Jacks, Michael Corinthos, and Sasha Gilmore. His actions received appreciation from Jocelyn's father, Jasper Jacks. Dustin also became a supportive figure to Lulu's son, Rocco. Rocco even invited him to a school event, though Olivia Quartermain disapproved of Dustin as a father figure. On October 9, 2020, after nearly a year together, Lulu invited Dustin to move in, the same day Dante returned to Port Charles. On November 20, 2020, Dustin proposed to Lulu at the Floating Rib, but before she could answer, the restaurant exploded. Dustin succumbed to his injuries 3 days later, asking Dante to give Lulu the ring. His death left a lasting impact on those he mentored, especially Jocelyn and Trina, who later planned a memorial in his honor at Port Charles High. In an interview with Soap Opera Digest on December 14, 2020, Lawson reflected on his death scene. Mark Lawson, born on December 17, 1979, in Bristol, Virginia, is an American actor best known for his roles on daytime television. He earned a BFA in musical theater from the Boston Conservatory and furthered his studies at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art. In 2008, he landed the role of Brody Lovett on One Life to Live, a part he played until the show's conclusion in 2012. He later joined General Hospital in 2019 as Dustin Phillips, a role he held until 2020. Beyond acting, Lawson is a certified personal trainer and runs a business called Forge. He is married to Courtney Lawson, and they have 3 daughters. The official General Hospital YouTube account posted a video on May 31, 2025, teasing the events unfolding in tonight's episode. In the spoiler preview for the June 2, 2025 episode, Brooklyn confronts Lois. She throws a direct question at Lois, asking if she regrets giving the former's baby to Camilla. Brooklyn says, however, the preview does not illuminate what happens next between Brooklyn and Lois. Meanwhile, Rocco questions Lulu while Dante is present at the scene. Rocco asks Lulu how she uncovered the truth about Gio, especially since it was a big secret. Rocco states, as Rocco questions Lulu, looking for some serious explanations, fans are eager to find out what happens next on the ABC soap opera. Later, in the video sneak peek of General Hospital, Laura exposes Alexis. She corners Alexis, saying $10 million has been removed from the family fortune. Laura says, with Brooklyn confronting Lois and Laura exposing Alexis, the spoiler preview for the June 2, 2025 episode promises a series of emotional roller coasters where several dramatic events will likely unravel. The spoilers for the June 2, 2025 episode of General Hospital reveal that Brooklyn will continue to struggle with the truth that Gio is her son. After engaging in an intense confrontation with Lois, Brooklyn will start thinking about Gloria. She will not hold back after learning that Gloria was the one who suggested handing Gio to Camilla. It is expected that Brooklyn will challenge Gloria regarding the decisions made behind her back. She will blame everyone for not telling her the truth, even after Camilla passed away. Elsewhere, Gio will return to Port Charles with Emma. After deciding not to escape to Canada, he will start facing the people he has been avoiding. In the meantime, Sonny will be the first person to speak to Gio. Sonny will talk about Gio's past and offer him support. Gio will likely ask Sonny why he funded his endeavors in education and music. Although Sonny will try to give an explanation, the upcoming episodes will reveal whether Gio will accept Sonny's reasons. Meanwhile, on General Hospital, Alexis will start facing questions about Ace's trust fund. Laura will corner Alexis and confront her about the missing $10 million. She will ask Alexis to explain where the money went. Her actions of paying Rick and Eva to protect Christina will create more problems. Although Alexis will deny all allegations, Laura will refuse to back down. On the other hand, Lucky will struggle to fight his inner battles. Previously, he had admitted to Elizabeth that there were things about the accident involving Rick that he did not share earlier. In this episode, Elizabeth will start connecting the dots to uncover what actually happened during Rick's car crash. Viewers wonder whether Lucky will finally spill the beans about Christina's involvement, confessing that he has been protecting her all this time. Later, in General Hospital, Michael and Christina will meet each other. Since Michael is worried about his custody battle and Christina is struggling to handle her role in the car crash, both of them will open up, trying to support one another. However, their situation could worsen as Nina is holding intel about Michael's baby with Sasha. In the recent episode of General Hospital that aired on May 30, 2025, Gio and Emma spent some quality time off-grid in a cabin. After processing everything he learned about his parentage and identity, he told Emma that he did not trust anyone except her. He questioned Emma if Sonny knew the truth all this while. Meanwhile, Brooklyn and Lois engaged in a heated argument. Brooklyn confronted her mother, Lois, and blamed her for giving away her baby, Gio, to Camilla. In a shocking turn of events, Gloria arrived at the scene and asked Brooklyn to vent her anger upon her instead. Elsewhere, Custis refused when Carly suggested using Aurora Media to destroy Drew. Later, Portia revealed that she and Nina had previously attempted to drug Drew by using Jacinda. On the other hand, Nina debated whether she should expose Michael as the real father of Sasha's child. Although Ava encouraged her to take action, Nina feared that the consequences could ruin Sasha's life. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.